Hey, today I'm talking about the new Netflix movie. You are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. This is an Adam Sandler comedy based off a book of the same name. And funnily enough, it is Adam Sandler's highest critically rated film. And it stars his daughters, which is just great. But also the movie is great, which is extra fun. So the basic premise is, it is that time of year in which everyone's having their bar and bat mitzvahs. And you know, middle school life is difficult, especially for our lead character, Stacy. But thankfully, she has a best friend, Lydia, who makes life easier. But they're still teenagers, and their emotions are kind of out of control in a realistic way. And they may or may not end up kind of breaking up their friendship. And so the movie's about navigating the complicated emotions of being a teenager in a very realistic way. Because it's just like, you got all those hormones, you like who you like, but you don't know, how to communicate that, and you get frustrated and embarrassed really easy, and you don't know how to like process all of that stuff, and then your body's changing at all times, and it's just like, well, this is weird, and you feel alien in your own body. And then to make matters worse, they gotta throw the coolest bat mitzvahs around, otherwise the rest of their life is just trash. And it's just so good. It's so good. They nail the heart so well. They nail the emotions. The comedy is great. I really loved Adam Sandler. He really just like let the kids take over. Like, he never like tried to scene steal or anything from his kids. He was just like, do your thing. And he was just like this nice little pleasant thing to come back to of like, I could have used more of him. It's not a complaint though. I loved that he was being restrained. That was so great. There's a lot of boys in this, and I loved the one who everyone just gave him shit. Like, he didn't do anything really. He was just kind of there. Like, at one point someone was like, yeah, f you, or something to him. And he's like, what did I do? Or like when the rabbi gives him a lot of attention, he's just like, I don't know what to do with all this. This is way too much for me right now. And I'm like, I feel that kid so hard. It's great. I love him. I wish there would have been more of him. I understand that there wasn't, because he's just a minor character. My favorite character though was the rabbi, played by Sarah Sherman. You know her from SNL. I've seen her just a couple of times, and every single time I see her, she is top-notch hilarious, with this being such a great example. Like, she is just the perfect, like, overcompensating teacher type person who's trying to really overimpress youth, well, not really understanding them, but also really understanding them, and just dressing and acting just way absurd and ridiculous, but it also really makes sense in the context. And it's just, I don't know, it's just such a brilliant, nuanced performance that I'm like, I could have watched an entire movie just about her. And I'm grateful for the amount of scenes that she actually ended up getting. I have two complaints, but I'm able to look past them. The main one is that it just looks very much so like a Netflix movie, just like, not the cheapness of Netflix, but just kind of like the fakeness of it. Like, it just looks a little too clean at times, or like it's too saturated. And I get why it's saturated, but it gives me like Nickelodeon movie vibes, and I don't super like that. The second is the sound design, especially in the beginning when she was like narrating stuff while there was party music happening. I could only hear like a third of what she was saying. I had to go back and like put on really good headphones, and then I got like 90% of what she was saying. I don't know how the rest of the movie is, because I just kept wearing the headphones the rest of the time, but yeah, no, that was weird. Hopefully they fix that. Those are honestly just really minor nitpicks. I really love this movie. It's really, really good. Got so much heart. I was getting hyped up for this movie, and it definitely lived up to that hype. So I, without a doubt, recommend this movie. Though, do keep in mind, the target audience isn't me. The target audience is definitely like teenagers. Though, top notch, great, definitely worth a watch. And now for my ranking, I put this at number 9 in the really like section. And this is a total of 48 new movies so far this year.